once or twice.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for sticking around for a few minutes as we kind of go through it. I think Matt handed out the copy we have. I apologize for the small font size. Hopefully you guys can actually read it. I may actually need my readers for this one. Fair. A couple things I want to point out. If you look at this handout, the second to the far right column going down says 2020 actual. That is actually through November. The December numbers are not included with this handout, at least the one that I have in my hands that I think I grabbed yesterday. So the numbers are going to be a little bit off when you just didn't add on an extra $12,000 of different expenditures for December. A couple things too with regards to it. We do the budgeting. It's kind of a guesstimation for the next year and in anticipation of maybe some upcoming expenditures that we end up having. Some might be planned, some really aren't. So it's kind of the best guess. Certainly want to thank Matt and Ed with regards to, I think they were the brains behind the budget. They were the ones that ended up doing it. Certainly want to use this time also to thank Howard Turner as our financial secretary. It's a thankless job, and we certainly appreciate all the years you've been doing it. We certainly want to thank you for that. And once again, when we look at the budget, they're really not concrete numbers. Like I said, it's kind of our best guess as we go through there. So I'm not going to go through it on a line by line, but I just maybe want to point out a couple of numbers that maybe jump out a little bit more and maybe why some of the rationale behind that came through. If you look at the first section, worship, under technology, we've always kind of had it as a $750 budgeted. We threw up there $12,000 this year because I think that projector is what, 13, 14, I don't know. It's been quite a while between that and the laptop.
It should have died a long time ago.
Right, exactly.
By the grace of God.
Exactly. Apparently our faith has worked wonders allowing it to go as long as it has. But it is something that we're going to have to be prepared to replace. So we put in there about $12,000 to replace that. A lot of the other ones kind of stayed along the same. I mean, the ministries, we still put the $1,200 for the leadership and convention, but that might be done virtually. We don't know. Last year it was. So there's a lot of unknowns, I guess, for this upcoming year, but a lot of that kind of stayed the same. A couple things you'll see in there with regards to utilities for the church and for the parsonage. They kind of are built into one, so some of the numbers just kind of get shifted around a little bit. The biggest thing you're going to notice the difference is with regards to the pastoral ministry. I think back in 2019, we started actually having the insurance, instead of going through Portico, having it actually gone through the school district of Jefferson with Michelle's insurance, so we're paying that portion of it. It's significantly less, so what happens is the cost with regards to insurance for the line item, insurance, medical benefits and pension has gone down, and then we increased pastors' salary to compensate for the paying for their insurance on their own. It saves us between $10,000 to $15,000 a year, so it's certainly a savings. They're getting insurance that they're happy with as well, so it's kind of certainly consider that a win-win. But if all of a sudden you look at why the salary jumped up, that's the reason. His compensation is for 11 years of following the ELCA guidelines of an ordained minister. So that's why you kind of see those numbers change a little bit. The benevolence, we stayed the same with 5% for the South Central Synod. Lutheran Social Services is still at 2%. So you kind of see, the total before benevolence and after, we're about what, 153 and then 164,000. I think if we actually look at what December, I think we ended up coming in around 147,000. I think that's close to what we ended up budgeting. So we have come fairly close on that. If you look at the building fund, we certainly have a couple larger ones going through there. The congregation approved to fix the rear side of the church, and the congregation also approved $35,000 remodel of the parsonage. So as you can kind of look at the building fund, a larger chunk kind of in those two sections and stuff that's probably needed to be done for a while. So there are some big expenditures coming up here in 2021. Matt, is there anything that I missed you wanted me to add on to?
You did a wonderful job.
Well, you and Ed did all the work, so I'm just up here saying anything. So, any questions, comments, concerns? Like I said, hopefully I'll try to get the 2020 actuals that actually have the December in there as well, and make sure that that's a good annual meeting. If not, thank you very much. Go Pat.